Welcome back. We're here to look ahead to Saturday evening's Premier League match between Leicester City and Manchester United. Barnes' top of the table clash, and let's start with the new leaders. Leicester put 3 past Newcastle.
Another incredible performance, another incredible result. For them to be top in the table after 13 games is just beyond any expectations, isn't it? Such a good start to the season. No one saw it coming, and they're one of the most consistent teams in the league at the moment. Look at them and probably Tottenham as the two most consistent teams. It's incredible what Ranieri's been able to do to keep this momentum going for so long in the season. We thought they'd drop off, but it just hasn't happened so far, and it was just another convincing victory against Newcastle. 3 more goals to add to their total. I have to say they got a bit of a helping hand. Some of the defending from Newcastle was dreadful. Especially the Ajoa one, leaving them completely unmarked at the back post to just put in a simple header. Such statuesque defending, not alert to the danger at all, and same really applied to Okazaki. For him to miss the header and still have time to squeeze it over the line from about a yard out it was just pathetic defending from Newcastle in the end. And when Leicester are in such good form in front of goal, you can't afford to gift them goals because they'll create chances anyway. And it could have been more. Vardy went through on goal after equaling the record obviously for 10 consecutive games. He went through on goal again and could have squared it from ours for a simple finish, but went for goal himself, so it could have been more for Leicester. It was another really good performance. That's now 4 wins in a row, 5 wins from their last 6 games. There's still only 1 defeat all season in the Premier League, which is joint low along with Tottenham Hotspur. It's an incredible run they're on, and to be honest, you can't really. This is obviously going to be a very tough game, but they'll go into every match thinking they can win it at the moment because they've got such momentum behind them.
Absolutely, yeah, and you touched on Vardy there. Obviously, he did equal Van Nistelrooy's record there. 10 Premier League games in a row, 12 goals in that time as well. It's sensational for him, and the goal itself, the way he just cut inside and then finished in the bottom corner. You see he's just brimming with confidence at the moment. Now the chance to break Van Nistelrooy's record against Van Nistelrooy's old team here is a massive chance for them at home as well. Everyone's going to be fully behind him, and if he does it in 11 games in a row, it's just absolutely incredible if he does do it. And I was comparing sort of Leicester, where they are this season, to where they were last season. After 13 games last season, they just dropped to the bottom of the table. They're 18 points better off this season, 6 wins better off after 13 games. It's absolutely incredible from them. And we're not going to take them for a top 4 finish yet. It's still too early, even though that's a third of the season now out of the way. But even so, the improvement from where they were last season, 18 points better off, top of the table, unbelievable.
Yeah, and interestingly, that improvement has all come in the final third. Defensively, there's not much difference really from last season. They've conceded 20 this season, which is the worst in the top 14, and at the same stage of last season when they're bottom, they'd only conceded 21. It's all come at the other end of the field. Obviously, Vardy's been central to that, and just that achievement. When you think of some of the strikers, the attackers to have played in the Premier League, the likes of Thierry Henry, Cristiano Ronaldo, who go down as one of the greatest players of all time, and he couldn't get anywhere close to what Vardy's doing at the moment. It is an incredible record. They're the top scorers in the league with 28 goals now, and it is all about that extra threat in the final third. That's the difference between last season when they're bottom and this season when they're top. It's been absolutely incredible. I think they would be doing very well to stay top come the new year. They've got a tough run of fixtures coming up. United here, they've got a terrible record against, lost 10 of the last 11 league games against them, the exception being last season's incredible 5-3 victory. They've got Swansea away. Swansea aren't in the best form, but they're still a good team. Chelsea at home, Chelsea looking in better form now, and then Everton away, Liverpool away, and Man City at home. 3 really tough games to finish the year, so it is going to be a difficult end to the year, and if they're still top at the end of that run of fixtures, then we might have to start taking them a bit seriously as title contenders.
Maybe consider them a top 4 contender, but this is obviously a big game for them, first against second, and United know they can go top if they beat Leicester here, and they come into this after a 2-1 win at Watford last week, and wasn't the best performance, was it? We've talked about Watford this season. They're usually quite hard to break down, and United got the first half goal. It was an excellent cross from Herrera, and Memphis, who got the start up front. Rooney and Martial both out injured. Got the start up front. Memphis looked a bit more hungry. It was an excellent first time finish on the volley, but they didn't really push on from that, United, and in the end gave away a penalty. It was a clumsy challenge from Rojo. There wasn't much contact on Igalo, but when Igalo had his back to goal, there's just no need to try and make that tackle. He clipped his heel clearly, went down a bit soft, but you could see exactly why the referee gave it. Deeney sticks it away, and you think Watford have got a point there, but United didn't give up, and then they get the own goal in the end. It went down as from Deeney, but it was good play from Schweinsteiger at the back post, chasing the ball down, putting it back across the dangerous area, and getting them 3 points. And it meant a lot to him there. He obviously hasn't been involved in too many goals this year for United, but he did really well there. And like I said, up to second with City and Arsenal both losing last weekend. So at the moment, for United, things looking pretty good.
They are looking good, but Van Gaal still can't really get away from the criticism. We're filming this before the Champions League match in midweek, and if they win that, they're through to the last 16. But to be, at the time of filming, 1 win away from the last 16 in the Champions League and 1 point off the top of the table, yet still not have their fans very happy, suggests something's not quite right. They're not happy because they're not attacking enough, they're not scoring enough goals. They've 4 fewer goals than anyone else in the top 6 so far this season, and it's not really a position we're used to seeing Manchester United in. I think most of the United fans would rather a sort of Leicester situation when they're scoring loads of goals and conceding quite a few at the other end, but the positive is they're not conceding a lot at the other end. They've got a fantastic record. It's the best defence versus the best attack in the league so far this season. United only conceded 9 goals in the Premier League all season. If there is a bit of optimism for Leicester coming into the match, is that 8 of those 9 goals have come away from home for United. They've only conceded 1 at Old Trafford so far this season, but still, it is a formidable defensive unit. Van Gaal certainly got the team structure going well, but going forward it needs to improve. They're not even really creating the chances. They've got one of the best chance conversion ratios in the Premier League, which when you consider how few goals they've scored compared to the teams around them in the table, just tells you they're not creating enough really. Defensively, everything's perfect back there, but going forward they do need to improve.
So which way do you see it going? Who's going to win out, the attack or the defence?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Leicester, I can't really back against them at the moment. United, I can't see United really losing this one, but with the momentum behind Leicester, I can see them maybe getting a point out of it. Despite United's good defensive record, Leicester just don't seem to be able to stop scoring at the moment. I think I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
So I'm going to go for a draw as well, but I think United's defence might stifle Leicester a bit more, and I'm going to go 1-1. So can't pick a winner in this one. Thanks for joining us.